Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into the Wednesday night live broadcast. And now here's John Baker to deliver us tonight's ball game. Thank you, Bob, and a good evening to everybody watching here on YouTube Live. It is the second game of our six-game set between the visiting Wichita Wind Surge and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is Military Appreciation Night Wednesday here at the ballpark as we salute those in uniform, those that are retired or currently serving. And so far, our police, our military, our first responders, our firefighters, all of San Antonio and across our great and wonderful country and nation. And got to say, God bless America and God bless those that serve the great USA. And God bless that serve our great military, our Army, our Navy, our Marines, and a lot of branches of armed service. We thank y'all for your service as we have Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Well, anyway, the missions continue this series tomorrow night at 7:05. Flying Chanclas back in town as we take on Wichita. Friday night as well, we'll have the Wind Surge taking on the Flying Chanclas. Saturday night post-game fireworks extravaganza. We have Memorial Day weekend coming up. And so far, going to be a pretty nice weekend thus far. Sunday, we will wrap up the series at 1:05 p.m. as the first pitch of that ball game will be coming into place. And then after that, Missions will head off to the North Division to take on the Arkansas Travelers in a six-game set there at All-American Ballpark before returning home to take on the visiting Midland Rockhounds in a six-game set. Well, anyway, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And Bob, always good to see you. Always good to see you too, John. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Happy Wednesday and Military Appreciation Night to you. Well, thank you, John, and same to you as well. Well, I got to say, it was a pretty fun evening last night as we saw the San Antonio Missions come back from behind after scoreless ball game. It was a bottom half of the ninth inning and a walk-off homer really got something going. We were tied ball game 1-1, and then a San Antonio Missions batter comes up and knocks it up to right field and wins it, sending the home crowd happy. Oh yeah, John, I got to say, really good when it comes to a walk-off homer, and so far it was good what we saw last night. It was a series victory for San Antonio, and I got to say, John, hopefully they'll get another one here tonight at Wolf Stadium. Yeah, I sure hope so, Bob, because we desperately need another win. Well, San Antonio getting their 20th victory last night, and so far they're 20 below 500, which that is really good, but still need to keep going on the wins. And, well, so far, Midland still being in first place in the South Division. And do believe, Bob, go ahead and pick us up on that. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Bob. Midland is 24-16. They won the first game there at Statesman's Park in Frisco. San Antonio winning last night. They picked up their 20th, defeating Wichita by that final score with the San Antonio Missions 2, Wichita 1. So pretty good on that. Well, anyway, got our ball clubs tonight. Got Midland at Frisco, Wichita at San Antonio, Amarillo at Corpus Christi, Arkansas at Northwest Arkansas, and Springfield at Tulsa. Well, anyway, as we enjoy the ball game, we want to make sure that everybody is safe Batters, keep off your cell phones while the batters are in the batter's box. Remain off the field. No reason to get on the field during baseball play, and there is no interference with balls that are in play. We thank you for making San Antonio baseball enjoyable for everybody. Well, anyway, we're about set to go, and so far, Bob, anything else before we get going? Well, no, but how is your friend doing? We haven't heard of any latest developments on the electricity in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Oh, yes, and speaking about that, they got it back this morning. Oh, wow, so that's a blessing. Well, I thought it was about 10 o'clock tonight they're supposed to get it back. Well, I do believe that some people are still without electricity, but my friend just texted me not too long ago saying, well, early this morning, it was about 10:30 this morning, and so far they got it back early this morning. So that's a great blessing to see that go on, and so far it was pretty good. But anyway, I did walk my friend through a tornado preparedness. And so far, anytime you get tornadoes or any severe weather that may come through your area, you always want to make sure you have the following essentials: toilet paper, flashlights, batteries, weather radio, uh, cookies, snacks, crackers, anything that'll help you survive the dangers of Mother Nature. But anyway, they stayed safe through the storm and pretty much happy about that. So glad that they're doing okay. Well, that's always a good thing to hear, John. Yeah, it is. Well, anyway, about set to go in this ball game as we lead off the first inning for Wichita. As we are set in just a few moments. This one is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides, our proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions Baseball. And for more, visit their website, www.westcreektrailrides.com, and you are good to go. So anyway, I gotta say, well, pretty good. Well, before we get things going, and so far pretty good on that. Our proud other sponsor is the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo, and so far going to be a pretty good one. Well, we're back after this as we give you the starting lineups through this game for both sides, Wichita and San Antonio. And hopefully we are going to be pretty good first thing in this one and through the rest of this series. 5 games left of these two, and then it's a road trip to Arkansas. We're back here right after this. All right, we're now taking you down the field as we get set for our first pitch coming up in just a few short moments.
And now,
And your San
San
Antonio
Antonio
Missions now taking the field.
Mission.
And boy, what a nice crowd we have here at the ballpark here this evening. Isaiah Lowe, a right-hander, will get the call for San Antonio here tonight. What do we know, Bob? Well, I could tell you one thing. A four-seam slider, changeup, and a two-seam fastball. But his perfect pitch that he has is that straight 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He can really strike you out without looking. And you better watch out. Center fielder is Alan Serta as he leads off the top of the first inning for Wichita. And here's the first pitch by Isaiah Lowe. That one's hit high in the air. And Campbell, the right fielder, looking at it, and that goes foul. And we are underway at 7:05 this evening. No balls, one strike to Serta, and that's down and outside 1-1. So we start all over again here tonight. And like last night, that was a pretty good ball game. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 1-2. The pitch. That is chopped out of play and fouled. Great crowd here tonight. Fans still piling in their seats. Kids getting ready to take the off day for summer vacation before too long. That one up to right field for Campbell, and he has it for the out. Here's the Wichita starting lineup. Serta, Kershaw, Sabato will be the leadoff three. Schobel, Jenkins, Sheffield will be the middle three. Andrade, Cassetti, and Fetko round out the batting order for the Wichita Wind Surge. Second baseman Luke Kershaw strides up now for Wichita. And the pitch. That one is high in the air up to right field. Campbell is camped under it. And he's got it for the out. So 2 up, 2 down here to start the first for the Wind Surge.
The first baseman, number 19, Aaron.
That'll bring up first baseman Aaron Sabato as he comes in now for the Wind Surge. And the pitch. And did he almost go? Nope, he did not. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, nobody on for Wichita. And the pitch. That one is out of play, and that'll go foul. So that'll be 1-1 to count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. So he's putting himself in a hole right now. Yeah, I got to say, John, you don't want to be down 1-2, and then he comes after you with a fastball to strike you out at the end. Yeah, that is for sure. That right there's a changeup. He fouls it off, and he'll stay alive one more time. Still hanging on for Sabato, and still hanging on. Wife, little fan running over there to get that souvenir fastball. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and right there, that will get him. So a 1-2-3 productive inning as that will put the side retired. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Wichita. As we head to the bottom of the first, it's no score through the top half of 1. We'll be right back as the San Antonio Missions come into bat right after these commercial messages. About set to go for the bottom of the first for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we have a right-hander, Ryan Jensen, as he comes in for Wichita. And what do we need to know, Bob? Well, got to say, that 97, whoo, that's a fastball to never, ever underestimate. Four-seam fastball, 97. Slider changeup and a two-seam fastball following suit.
The left fielder.
Well, the left fielder, Albert Fabian, coming in as we lead off the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio. And boy, beautiful night for a ball game, and hope you guys could get to go on this Wednesday night. Here's the first pitch. That is inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. The leadoff batter, Albert Fabian. He was great last night. I really like this guy, and so far, shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries still at his best. But we are having a vote before too long for the San Antonio prospects who deserve a Gold Glove this year in 2025. So far, we've been doing this for 4 years in a row on Gold Glove winners. We've had former San Antonio Missions that have won a Gold Glove, and so far this year we're going to say, hey, cast your ballot, get one at our box office, and fill in for your favorite prospect here in the Padres organization. Ethan Salas coming in, and that's going to be right up to the center left field area, and that's going to be a base hit. So a one-out single for Ethan Salas.
Batting third.
And so far, pretty good on that. Well, here's the center fielder, Joshua Mears. Mears coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him, and that is taken in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Mears batting .319 over 400. He's had a few home runs this year for San Antonio. So pretty good right there. That one is going to be right up to the right field area. That is gone. And Joshua Mears, hello, how are you? Welcome to San Antonio. Comes back and gets a two-run shot to left. And pretty good. 335 foot with 101 mile per hour exit velocity. Now San Antonio leading this ball game. It's 2-0 early on for the Missions. First baseman Marcos Castañon coming in as he takes a strike inside. It's the count now 0-1. I gotta say, just a beautiful night for baseball, right, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely. Love the blue sky. A little bit of a cloud out there in the center field area. I don't know if you can see that, but evidently there is a little bit of a cloud out there. It's passing the flagpole. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's right out there, and so far pretty good on that. Well, here is Jacob Campbell, the right fielder, as he comes in. So he takes a four-seam fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. San Antonio 2, Wichita 0, bottom of 1, nobody on and 2 away, and Campbell, the right fielder, on base now, and that's going to be a liner straight away center, and that's a base hit.
Batting 6, the designated hitter, Cole.
Well, that'll bring up the designated hitter, a cleanup batter, Cole Roederer. Roederer coming in, and he'll take that one inside, strike one. And it's 0-1 the count now. Boy, sun's starting to set on this Wednesday night. Military Appreciation Night. Military members could get in this ball game for free with any proof of military ID or active service ID. And so far, pretty good on that. Yeah, it sure is, John. And military members every Wednesday and the home series of our homestands could get in and enjoy a ball game on us. Well, 2 runs on a hit, and so 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the second inning. San Antonio leading it 2-0. We're back here as we lead it off for Wichita when we come back. This proud broadcast is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides of San Antonio. For more, let's make West Creek great again. And for more, visit our website at www.westcreektrailrides.com. About set for the second inning for Wichita here in the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Tanner Schobel coming in as we lead it off in the second inning. San Antonio striking for 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And so far, pretty good on that. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-1. I'll tell you one thing pretty good. Here's the pitch. That is right up there, and that's going to get down, a base hit. Center fielder Joshua Mears gets in. And don't know what DeVries was doing, but I think the sun was right in his eyes. He couldn't find where that baseball went. And that one is high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Right fielder Walker Jenkins coming in now for Wichita. Wind surge coming up to bat here. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike here. Tying run is Jenkins. That's a swing and a miss. Boy, he is chasing it. The count now 1-2. By golly, getting ugly. Woo. That one hit high in the air, and that is out of play. So they're going to try to get something going. Here's the pitch. And right there, swung on and missed. Boy, he chased it outside the zone. And that is 1 away. 6-hole batter, Dalton Sheffield. Leading it off the right-hand batter box for Wichita. That's down and inside for a strike. It's 0-1 to him. And so far, the crowd is getting happy because of the strikeout. Now there's 1 away and 1 on here for the starting pitcher for Isaiah Lowe. He's happy about that. And that is a strike. The count now 0-2. Boy, he is chasing as well. The 5th-hole batter chased outside, and now this guy really trying to get something going. The slider is inside. The count now 1-2. And the pitch. And that one nearly hit him, and that's the count now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one is high in the air. Campbell can't get there. And that will get the runner out a second as he steps on the bag.
Danny DeAndrade.
And he was already there. And that is a complete out at second. And I don't think that manager for Wichita is happy about that, but evidently the call is overruled as he was out at second. Danny DeAndre, the shortstop for Wichita, coming in now for the wind surge. That one is hard hit, high in the air, up to the left field area. Fabian has it, and that will be the side retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for the wind surge. 2.5. San Antonio leading this game 2-0. And we're back here right after this as Yendry Rojas leads it off for San Antonio when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom of the second in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is 7 batter Yendry Rojas. Leading it off for San Antonio. 7, 8, 9 due up. That one is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Underway. Bottom half of the home second for the San Antonio Missions. That is outside. 2 balls. No strike. Here's the pitch. And right there inside, the count now 2-1. Rojas trying to get on base. A walk would do him fine. And the changeup is outside. The count now 3-1. On deck, Nerwelian Cedeno, second baseman. See if he could get on a 3-1 count. Here it is. And that is ball 4, the changeup. He loses him on 5 pitches.
Batting 8, the second baseman.
Second baseman is Nerwelian Cedeno. As he comes in and takes an inside strike. And it's the count now 0-1. Got a beautiful, beautiful sky tonight. One cloud up to the center field area, just right next where you see the flagpole. That's down and in. And the count now 1-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, great hold up, 2-1. Cedeno having a great plate discipline here. And that's a strike inside. The count now 2-2. So pretty good right there as he could come in and try to get going. That's a liner straight away right field. That's a base hit. So wow, getting in there and getting in the base hit, following in runner getting in scoring position. And now is Leo Dallas DeVries as he steps in. The count now 0-1 as he takes a strike. Just needs win number 21 here tonight. If San Antonio could carry on the pursuit of getting in the runs and hopefully trying to get something going. Wichita losing last night on the road, the first in the series opener. It was a scoreless ball game, but bottom of the 9th inning, San Antonio came back, fired in 2 back-to-back solo home runs, and that's what won the ball game in the end. The final score 2-1, and San Antonio winning the 20th of the season. And tonight, this would be 21 if they win it. That is right there. The count now 2-2. So pretty good as that's powered in a fastball and the strikes. 2-0 San Antonio, and that's going to be a called third strike. He got DeVries looking. So there's one away, and we go back to the top of the San Antonio lineup. Here's the left fielder, Albert Fabian. Will join us for weekend baseball Memorial Day as well. And yes, all of us are off on Monday, so that's pretty nice. And the pitch. That is right there. A double play. Goes to second for one. And they do not get him. And that's going to be the runner, Fabian, safe at first. So that'll put a runner first and third here in the bottom half of the second inning. And boy, I got to say, that was a beautiful play. And now that bring up the catcher for San Antonio, Ethan Salas.
That's a ball.
That's a ball high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. 1-for-1 single by Salas tonight. Missions catcher coming in. Trying to get in a base hit, and that is inside for a strike. It's the count now at 1-1. Well, the Missions trying to tack on a few more before this end half inning. And that is inside for a strike. It's the count now 1-2. So far Thursday, and yes, this work week has gone by pretty quick. Next week, it'll just be a 4-day work week, Tuesday through Friday, even though we are up in Arkansas during that time.
That missed, that's a ball.
Travelers and San Antonio Missions going at it. Center fielder Joshua Mears joining in on the on-deck circle as he had the 2-run shot the last time up. And that's called third strike, and that will end the half inning. Well, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And that will pretty much do for this half of the inning. So we head for the third. San Antonio leads it 2-0. Back here for the third inning for Wichita as Andrew Cassetti leads it off for the third for the Wind Surge. Top half of the third inning for Wichita, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Andrew Cassetti coming in, 8-9-1 due up for Wichita. Right now in this one, and that's a slider inside. We are underway of the third inning right now. 94 degrees here on this evening. Sun going down in just a little bit. And that is a strike, and the count now 0-2. Boy, Isaiah Lowe pitching that four-seam fastball, and the pitch angle of that was 95 miles an hour. That one high in the air up to center. Joshua Mears under it, makes the grab, and that is out number one.
Batting ninth, the left fielder,
Tyler Fedko, the left fielder, coming in for Wichita. And the pitch. That's down and in, a slider, and it's the count now 0-1. And the pitch. And that nearly got him. Slider outside. They'll back him off the plate. And the count now 1-1. Here's a 1-1. Outside on the change. And it looks like we're going to see a intentional walk. So that's a leadoff base runner. And that'll bring up Alan Serta Tying run up for the win search. And the pitch. That's a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Serta coming in, and boy, he's looking to hit one high in the air. And he did not hold up. That's count now, 0-2. Boys, Isaiah Lowe, I gotta say, this guy is powering in some first pitch in for strikes.
1-2.
Slider is outside. The count now 1-2. And the pitch. And ouch, that got him, and that's going to give him a free pass on a hit by pitch walk. And here is Luke Keyshaw. Keyshaw coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him outside, ball one. Lowe look like he's having a difficult time, but evidently he's trying to get in there and see what he could do. That one's fouled off. The count now 1-1. Great crowd here tonight on a Wednesday night. And that's going to be lifted high in the air and out of play. So the count now 1-2. And it seems they're going to have the bases loaded now. They're going to issue another walk. So now Keyshaw gets on first, and they'll bring up Aaron Sabato. Sabato coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air, so pretty much that was 3 walks on 1/2 inning and no base hits. And that, boy howdy, whoa! Whoa, that horse. That one nearly took his nose off. By golly, it's a good thing he got out of the way in the batting box. That would have hit him in the face, and that would have got him a pass on base and a walk inherited. A run inside the score after that. That one is outside. The count now 2-2. Nobody to put anywhere in this half inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him down. And a strikeout. Third of the night for Isaiah Lowe as he gets 2 away. Hot corner, Wichita third baseman Tanner Schobel. Schobel coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That is inside. Strike a ball, and the count now 1-0. Boy, I tell you one thing, it's clear that Isaiah is doing good and not doing good, and that's going to hit him. And that'll bring in Wichita a run. So the bases are still loaded here in this one. And that'll bring in Walker Jenkins. Jenkins coming in, ready to go as he takes a strike inside. And it's the count now 0-1. Well, anyway, we are 2 days from the new Lilo and Stitch movie. Evidently, that will release in theaters to Regal. June 13th is the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie. So catch that at Regal as we're hopefully rejoining the Regal Cinema movie theater after 2 years. And the pitch. That's outside, and the count now 1-2.
1-2.
And they're going to issue a walk. That will be the tying run in to score.
The designated hitter, Dalton.
And boy, that was 5 walks in 1 inning. 1 balk after another. Now here is Dalton Schofield as he takes a changeup outside. The count now 1-0. Got Walker Tanner and so far the third base guy over there. Luke Kershaw at third, Tanner Schobel at second, Walker Jenkins there at first base with 2 away in this half inning. And that's inside for a strike, and the count now 1-1. We're tied at 2-2. Boy, 5 walks this half inning. Still the bases loaded, and that'll be the count now, 2-1. 2 more balls, Wichita will take the lead if they can't get any more strikes here. And the pitch. That's going to be right there. And that's hit to Cedeno. He's got it, and that ends the inning. Well, 2 runs on no base hits and no errors. And they leave the bags loaded. And we head to the bottom half of the third. We're tied at 2-2. So back here is center fielder Joshua Mears. Leads it off, bottom of 3 for San Antonio. It's Wichita 2, San Antonio 2. Bottom half of the third inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. We are tied 2-2, Wichita and San Antonio, as we head to the bottom half of the third inning for the Missions. And so far, a pretty good evening of fun activities. Continue with us on this homestand as we go through a Tuesday through Sunday series, and we'll say we just went through the first game, and so far winning 2-1 on that one. San Antonio had an excellent performance last night as they got down bottom of the ninth inning and walked off a run and then walked off another winning run, and they gave them 2-1 in a fighting advantage. Well, anyway, we're set to go as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Joshua Mears coming up to bat for San Antonio. Mears batting .398 of 400. Pretty good on that, Bob. Yeah, that is phenomenal when you look at somebody who was trying to get in and get something going. That is for sure. Here's pitch. That one is high right there. A base hit to right, and that will fall down. Boy,
The first
pretty
baseman, number
good.
6, Marco Castaneda.
As that'll bring in Marcos Castañon, the first baseman. Tie-breaking run, that is the guy out there at first, and that's going to be a changeup outside the count now, 1-0. So far, everything going pretty nice this evening. And pretty good as of that. That is right there, a double play ball. There's one, and there's two. They knock them down, and that's a 4-6-3.
Number 7.
And, yep, there you go. That will kill two birds with one stone. The old saying. And that is two away. Right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in. And the pitch. That one is right there. That is up to left center. That's a base hit. They started all over again. Boy, pretty good as they get a base hit right there. And yes, they do get some pretty good ones as well. Cole Roederer coming up now for San Antonio. He's the cleanup batter plus the DH here tonight. Struck out 0 for 1 of the night. So far, just a pretty good night thus far for San Antonio. That's going to be outside the count now, 1-1. Well, sun beginning to set as we head for the half of the third inning, going to inning number 4. And that one is outside the count now, 2-1. Missing high, missing left, right, up, and down. And that's one thing that will really kick you in the butt later on. Yeah, it sure would there, John. That's inside for a strike, and it's the count now at 2-2. Even up for the DH. And that's going to be hit high in the air up to the left field area. And that does it for this half inning. Is done. So no runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for San Antonio. We head to the 4th inning. We're tied 2-2. So back here for more baseball as Danny DeAndre will lead it off for Wichita in the 4th. We're back after this. It's a tied ball game. Wichita win surge 2, San Antonio 2. You're listening to minor league baseball here in South Texas. And now bring you back to the ballpark as we lead off the top of the fourth inning for Wichita right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Danny D'Andrade leading it off here in the top of the fourth for Wichita. So far, pretty good on that. That is right there, out of play foul. Now, subtitles would say W-I-C-H-A or W-I-C-H-I-T-A-H, but that doesn't really, I mean, they need to really start getting after the software and say, hey, spell Wichita right. W-I-C-H-I-T-A. Andrew Cussetti is 0 for 1, a fly out, one away here in the fourth inning. 2-2 ball game, top of 4. That one is right there. And that is out number 2. Bob, turn your phone down, will you? Sorry, John. That's all right. Need I remind you if I have to remind you a lot of times? Just a little FYI and stuff. Left fielder is Kyler Fedko. Leading it off for Wichita as being the left fielder. And a pitch. That's in for a strike as he swings and misses after that one. Here's a 1-1. That one's down and in. The count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One more pitch, and that will do for this half inning. And that's a swing and a miss. And boy, they got him. Got him on the tee, and that will do it. So 4.5. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Wichita. We head to the bottom of the fourth, and it's still tied at 2-2. So back here is Yendry Rojas will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. Bottom half of the fourth inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. So Yendry Rojas steps it up for San Antonio as we head to the bottom of 4, 7, 8, 9. Few up in this one. That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Hey, John, in a spelling bee, how do you spell Wichita? And this time, try not to stutter. Okay, well, I'll try not to. W-I-C-H-I-T-A. Hey, there you go. You got it. That one is high in the air and up to left field, and the left fielder will make it, and that is out number one.
Now batting, second baseman.
Boy, you got a beautiful sunset. Rough Riders and Rockhounds. That one hit right there to first, and he'll have enough time to get it for out number two.
Now batting, number 90.
Boy, 2 up, 2 down as pretty much be the shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. He struck out last time up, is 0 for 1. So far, Memorial Day weekend starting Friday, and we're going to have a pretty gosh darn good time.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, I got to say, John, we absolutely love baseball, and so far, just a few months from now, we'll have 2026 schedules coming up. You know, Bob, I've been really thinking about Tulsa and Arkansas coming to town, and I sure hope that they get a chance to come back to San Antonio, because we would want them to come back soon. I mean, they haven't been back since the year 2022.
The left fielder,
So,
30,
3 years. And yeah, I got to say, Bob, I mean, it's hard to see that 2 North Division teams haven't been back to San Antonio in a long time. That was the Arkansas Travelers and Tulsa Drillers. Left fielder Albert Fabian strikeout in the fielder's choice and is 0 for 2 of the night. Well, maybe in 2026, John, Arkansas and Tulsa will be here. All North Division teams should get a shot here in San Antonio next year. I sure hope so. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that. That one right there, the count now 1-2. Runner at first and 2 away. 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wichita trying to hopefully get out of this half inning. And that is outside, the count now at 2-2. And the pitch. That one high and outside, 3-2. Ethan Salas waits on deck. Pretty good on that as well. That one is lofted high in the air, up to center. Center fielder will run it down, and that will do it. 4 innings come and go as that will conclude 4. And we're still deadlocked at 2 as we go to the 5th for Wichita. Beautiful sunset overlooking the downtown area of San Antonio. And we are going to be right back as Alan Serta will lead it off for the top of the 5th inning for Wichita. We're tied at 2. About set for the fifth inning. Fort Whit here for Wichita, and we're about set to go here. It's a 2-2 ball game here in this one. As that is a strike inside. The count now 0-1 to Serta. Underway at the top of the fifth inning here tonight. And the pitch. That is fouled off, and the count now 0-2. Well, so far pretty good. And the pitch. That one is deep to left, and that is on the warning track. Fabian gets there. And right on the warning track, making the catch, a sheer route. And that is out number 1. Luke Keishol coming up now, the second baseman. Walked last time up, is 0 for 1. Yeah, we got to give some Texas League scores, and we'll say that would be a good idea here in the top of the fifth inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Keishol. And the pitch. That is inside for a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, San Antonio and Wichita tied in a foot race this ball game. Fifth inning here in San Antonio, and that's going to be inside for a strike. It's a count now 1-2. Got a cloud over to the right field wall. What a nice way to get an evening like this started. Oh, it is a 6-5 final tonight. Corpus Christi winning their 15th of the season. Even through 2 innings, or 10 innings, I should say. Boy, that'd be a short ball game. You play 2 innings of baseball, that wouldn't be much of anything. The little minors go like up to 7 innings. Even for single A or even our little league baseball players. So Aaron Sabato coming in. Frisco leading Midland 2-1. Bottom half of the 8th inning there at Franco Park against the Rockhounds. Arkansas leading their neighbor, Northwest Arkansas, 6-5. Top of the 6th, runner in scoring position for the Arkansas Travelers. Springfield leading Tulsa, 7-3. Top of 5. And Wichita and Tulsa tied at 2 here in San Antonio. That's right up the center as Joshua Mears will take that head on, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for the wind surge. And we head to the bottom of the 5th, and we're tied 2-2. So Ethan Salas will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. It's our ball game. 2-2 is our score. Bottom half of the fifth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Ethan Salas will lead it off for San Antonio. We're still tied at 2-2. Boy, we've been a scoreless ball game since the top half of the third inning for Wichita going downward. Here's a pitch, and that is going to be a liner straight away, up and right. That's a base hit. It gets down, and right there, he's going to go for three. Relay in, and he's there. He's got a leg off triple. By golly, that was cool. So he legs it out, making it a no-out triple to Ethan Salas, and that's a triple meat cheeseburger. Fans tonight getting that one, and courtesy of Whataburger. That is served hot and fresh for all of San Antonio Mission fans. Don't forget that the first Whataburger was built in Corpus Christi back in the year 1970. Center fielder Joshua Mears, 2 for 2. He had 2 RBIs. Hit the 2-run shot last time up. So far, pretty good. Gives the bullpen a lead. That is right there. Slider is in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Bragg and Mizowitz, 2 left-handers warming up in the Wichita bullpen. Well, so far, pretty good on that. That is outside slider. The count now 2-1. Well, the pitcher for Wichita doing good. He's now at 67 pitches. Trying to get in there. That is outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Marcos Castañon coming as the first baseman on deck for San Antonio. And the pitch. Coming up 3-1. That is high in the air. And here comes the runner. And that's in to score. And the ball game is now untied. So San Antonio has a lead 3-2 as that was a sacrifice fly. An RBI coming in to score. Here is Marcos Castañon. Castañon coming in, and he'll take a strike inside. It's count now 0-1. Yeah, we do have some clouds. We have one just above right field, and as you can see, we have 2 clouds. Looking pretty good, but evidently
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not just any ordinary cloud. It's a cloud, but hopefully y'all got cloud insurance. Hey, Bill, we attack tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I mean it this time. Yeah, me too. 2 down now.
Now batting, number 7.
Jacob Campbell, the right fielder, coming in is 2 for 2. Now, you always got to get cloud insurance or tornado insurance because a lot of times you can easily get clouds to attack. That's right there, high in the air, and that will pretty much do it. So that will be the side retired. A run in to hit as a leg off triple, a sacrifice fly, and we head to the 6th inning. San Antonio leads it 3-2. Wichita will have the top of the 6th inning. Tanner Schobel, Jenkins, and Sheffield will lead it off in the 6th inning for Wichita when we come back. Top half of the sixth inning for Wichita, right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, here is Tanner Schobel, 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Wichita Wind Surge here this evening. Here's the pitch. That is inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. 0-1. And right there, and that will throw behind his back. And that's going to be a balk. Uh-oh, he's going to get it now. Boy, and I tell you one thing, now the tying run is now on base. Right fielder Walker Jenkins coming in. A walk and RBI for him. So far, you got to watch where you throw or you immediately get the balk issued against you. Yeah, that is for sure, John. And so far, any ball player that throws behind the back is immediately subjected to a balk. And that one's high in the air up to center. Joshua has it, and that is out number 1. Pretty good play right there.
The batter, number 1.
1 away and 1 on.
Dalton Sheffield.
Designated hitter is Dalton Sheffield. Round out on the fielder's choice is 0 for 2 for Wichita. And that's pitch outside high, and 1 ball, no strikes to Sheffield. And a pitch. And that is inside for a strike. It's the count now 1-1. Flying Chancla's back tomorrow evening and also Friday as well. Taking on the Wichita Wind Surge. That is high in the air up to the first base area. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Danny.
So what a wasted play right there, and that will literally beat the dirt out of you later. And the pitch. And right there, it gets away. And that'll put runners at second right now. And that's a score's decision on a wild pitch. And boy, he missed that one. That was right under his arm. And that is inside the strike zone. The count now 1-1 to Danny Deandrade. And the pitch. Right there in the butt. It got him.
Now batting, catcher.
So Andrew Cosetti coming in now. He had 2 flyouts. And a pitch. That one high and outside. It's 1-0. Cosetti is a .271. Pretty good right there. That one high and outside. 2-0. For the 8-hole batter trying to get on base with his first and second teammates out there on base. And the pitch. That one is high, and Fabian looks at it, and they'll land foul, so he'll allow it to go. And the count now 2-1 to Cosetti. Here's a 2-1, and that one's going to be right there. And uh-oh, Campbell gets a little bit disoriented. Probably the stadium lights bright enough, and yes, we do have brighter bulbs on. And Wichita will score in some runs, as that will be 4-3 Wichita in this game. So that will be a 2-run triple for Andrew Cosetti. Here is Kyler Fedko. Fedko batting a .372 with a 450 ERA, and so far pretty good on that. The opposition was a 340 or 350. I do apologize about that. 85 pitches for Isaiah Lowe. Boy, he has pitched well in this game, but evidently he's been everywhere tonight with balls and strikes, and So far, he's only struck out a few Wichita Wind Surge batters. And that's going to be a liner, straightaway center, a base hit. And the Wind Surge has another run plated in.
The center fielder, Alan.
And that's right there. Through for a base hit, 5-3 Wichita. And that'll bring in center fielder Alan Serta. Hit by pitch and a run 0 for 2 tonight for Wichita. And we are going to see a pitching change for San Antonio's. Here comes the manager. Well, that takes us to our West Creek Trail Ride commercial. And yes, Bob, take it away. Well, in the West Creek Trail Rides, you have fun. You have a lot of fun things to do. And I got to say, best horse ranch there ever is. Come visit us at westcreektrailrides.com here in San Antonio.
Number 24.
Thank you, Bob. Jason Blanchard getting called upon a pitch in relief for San Antonio. The 4-seam slider, change up a 2-seam fastball. Score of the ball game, Wichita 5, San Antonio 3. In this ball game, Alan Serta coming in. And that is inside for a strike, and it's the count now, 0-1. So I say again, Wichita 5, San Antonio 3. Ball game, and the count now, 0-2. Good. Wish we had a 12-game homestand. That would have been pretty good. Take off a 6-game set with Wichita and a 6-game set with Arkansas. That would be pretty nice. So 2 North divisions back-to-back that San Antonio would have to take care of. Yeah, but we will not go to All-American Ballpark. They would come here and take on the San Antonio Missions here at Wolf Stadium. That one high, fly, and foul, and the count now 0-2. But I say that may not be the time this year that we take on the Arkansas Travelers, I would say. And that's going to be lofted. That's deep. That is out of here. Gone. A home run. Alan Serta comes in and powers 2-run shot straightaway left field, and now it's a 7-3 ball game. 327 foot, 94.5 mile per hour exit velocity. Boy, they got something going. I mean, I tell you what. Well, San Antonio now trailing 4 runs ahead, or 4 runs behind Wichita.
Hee-haw!
And that is right there in the count now, 0-1 to Luke Kearshaw. Yes, he's coming in. And boy, I tell you, this inning is long a little bit. Seeing a lot of
That's a ball.
balls and strikes, and also a San Antonio relief position, which evidently the leadoff position player on the mound for San Antonio was relieved out of the ball game. With Jason Blanchard coming in this half inning. And that's going to be right there, a line drive up the left field. That's a base hit. So our score is 7-3. Wichita in front by 4.
Sabato.
Aaron Sabato coming in as he gets going. Trying to get out of this half inning unscathed with any more runs. Trying to get out of the half inning and lead it off to the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see if San Antonio could get some more runs. Sabato coming in. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off. And the count now 0-2. We're top of the 6th. Wichita 7, San Antonio 3 in this game. The pitch. That one right there. That's a liner. Straightaway center. That's a base hit. Right past the pitcher. And the second baseman and shortstop. And that is now 2 aboard now. And that'll bring in Tanner Schobel. Schobel coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That is inside for a strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. 1-for-1 single RBI and a run by Schobel. And the pitch. And that's base hit right up the left. Here he comes to the plate. And does not get him. And he's across the score.
The right fielder, number 30.
So Wichita tacks in another. They lead by 5. And it's Wichita 8-3 against San Antonio. And time is being called as here comes the manager one more time. And yes, he's not having it here tonight. Blanchard is getting removed out of this game, and he's giving up a lot. Now 8-3. Here is Omar Cruz, the second reliever in the San Antonio lineup. Cruz now pitching for San Antonio here this evening. Walker Jenkins will meet on head on the new pitcher for San Antonio, Omar Cruz. Pops that one foul. The count now is 0-1. Wichita 8, San Antonio 3. Right fielder Walker Jenkins coming in for the win surge. As he was a 0-for-2, a walk and RBI here this evening. Here's the pitch. That is inside for a strike. And it's the count now, 0-2. The pitch. Right there, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Down and in. The count now, 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air. Left field. And Fabian hits the wall. And he has it. So they will tightrope out of danger. Boy, a lot of runs come in across the score, and they leave 2 on base. We're 6.5 here tonight. Wichita leading 8-3. So back here for more right after this as Cole Roederer, the designated hitter, will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. All right, all set to go for the bottom of the sixth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Cole Roederer, the designated hitter, coming up now for San Antonio here this evening. Boy, and I gotta say, this game is probably already gone away from San Antonio. Ishkov and Mizawiz, two left-handers. A right-hander and a left-hander. I do apologize, but a righty and a lefty warming up
1-1.
for Wichita. And backup reserves, and that's going to be a liner straightaway center, a base hit. So they get in there pretty good on that.
Now batting, the third baseman, Gentry Rojas.
And time is being called as here comes the manager, and that's going to do for the starter, Ryan Jensen. Well, evidently tonight he is getting out of this ball game, and that'll bring up Chase Chaney.
Chase Chaney.
Chaney now pitching for Wichita. And so far, pretty good on that as well. Now we got to see what's going on here. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a slow roller to short to second. To first, they get them. Do they get them both? No, they do not.
Second baseman, Williams.
So he will beat it out. Rojas will be at third, or should I say first? I do apologize about that. He has it at first. And pretty good. Here is Norwillian Cedeno. Runner at first, one away. That one high flying in the air up to center, and that is going to be caught for the out. Well, let's go ahead and give you some scores. It is. See what we got here. Still a one-run ball game there in Northwest Arkansas, as the Arkansas Travelers leading that game 6-5.
That's a ball.
Wichita leading this game 8-3 against San Antonio. Frisco takes a win. They'll win it by one run. It was 2-1 Frisco Rough Riders. And that's a liner straight away right. Boy, Springfield whooping the daylights out of Tulsa. Score is 12-3 Springfield. Well, that's a right there leadoff hit to the first base area. That will be the side retired. So no runs, two hits, no errors, two left on for San Antonio. We head to the seventh. Wichita leads it 8-3. We're back here for the seventh as Dalton Sheffield, however you say his last name, but Sheffield will lead it off in the seventh inning for Wichita when we come back. All right, about set for the bottom half or top half of the seventh inning, right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Dalton Sheffield will lead it off in the seventh inning as we get set to go. 8-3 Wichita. That is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. Already field shrouded in the light of our stadium lights. That is popped out of play, and the count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. High in the air, still hanging on. So still going at no balls and 2 strikes. Wednesday night baseball here on the show. And that's a swing and a miss, and that is out number 1. Sheffield is down on strikes. Danny DeAndrade, the shortstop, will lead it. Seventh is 0 for 2, hit by pitch and a run inside for him. And the pitch. That's down and in, a curveball, and the count now 1-1. Wichita 8, San Antonio 3. Top of 7, nobody on, 1 away. DeAndre to the plate now, and he'll take that one in as he went after a big low one. And the count now 1-2. That one is hit high in the air. Campbell getting after it, and he's got it. Makes the play on the warning track. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Andrew Cassetti.
Andrew Cassetti coming in now. 1 for 3, 2-run RBI triple in the 6th. Cassetti coming in. 2 away here in this half. And that's a changeup inside for a strike. And it's the count now 0-1. Coming up next, our 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark.
That missed. That's a ball.
That change up outside. The count now 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be right there. Base of the wall is hit. So that will get in a base hit as Cassetti crushes one up the left field.
Left fielder Tyler Fedko.
And that'll bring up Kyler Fedko as he comes in and takes that one in for a strike. Gets the count now 0-1. 1 for 2, single RBI and 2 runs for Wichita. And that's an inside strike. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, a swing and a miss, and boy, he got him. No runs, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on for Wichita. We head to the bottom of 7. Wichita leads it 8-3 against San Antonio. Bottom of 7 as Ethan Salas will lead it off. And we head bottom of 7 when we come back. So enjoy your 7th inning stretch here at the ball game. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed the seventh inning stretch here of the ball game. As we head off to the bottom of the seventh inning, here's John Baker to bring us more. Thank you, Bob, and we are set to go. Ethan Salas will get things started. San Antonio trailing by 5 here in the ball game tonight. That one driven up the center. That's caught by the left center fielder for the out. And that is out number 1.
The center fielder, number 14.
8-3 Wichita here. Here is center fielder Joshua Mears. He's 2 for 2 of the night with a 2-run shot he had. And then another home run. He had 3 RBIs of the night.
No balls, 1 strike.
By golly, this San Antonio center fielder doing an immaculate job tonight. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away, nobody on. Here's pitch. That is a slow roller to the second baseman. Fires to first, and he's got him 2 down.
The first baseman, number 6, Marco Castañon.
Here's Marcos Castañon, who's 0 for 3. The 2 strikeouts. Nobody on. The ball game. And that's going to be lifted high in the air up to center, and the center fielder will make the play to end the inning. And that will most likely do it for 7. 8th inning coming up. Wichita leads this one 8-3. So we head now to the top of the 8th inning as Alan Serta will lead it off for Wichita when we come back. It's 8-3 win surge. Now set for the 8th inning for Wichita, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Alan Serta is starting to lead off the 8th inning for the Wichita Wind Surge. And the pitch is down and in. Curveball, the count now 1-0. 2,584 tonight in attendance. And so far, pretty good on that. That is inside for a strike, and the count now 1-1. Eight to 3, Wichita here in the 8th. That is fouled off, the count now 1-2 strikes. And so far, the Wind Surge lead 5 this evening. And that one is hit high in the air and out of play. So the count now is 1-2. And a pitch. That one high in the air, and that is out of play. So again, see another one. Don't forget, tomorrow, Flying Chanclas coming back to the Wolf Stadium. Don't forget, we're continuing our series against Wichita. And then off to Arkansas next week, starting Tuesday. So pretty good on that. That one is high in the air up to the right field area. Cedeno, the second baseman, will make the play, and that is out number 1. Luke Keishel coming up now, and we're going to have a time called as we'll do a little station break. One away as Luke Keishel will lead it off when we return back home. Well, we're continuing the top half of the eighth inning for Wichita right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Luke Kearshaw coming in as we're set to go here, and here's the pitch to him, and that is curveball to outside. And the count now 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That one high outside, and the count now 1-1. That will bounce to bleachers. And pretty good on that. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off, and still battling it out as 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now on Kearshaw. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And Cruz gets the strikeout.
Now batting.
And first baseman Aaron Sabato coming in, 1 for 4. A single. And here's the pitch. That is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, San Antonio down to their last 6 outs here tonight. And that's inside for a strike. It's the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one chopped foul, and that will roll out of the way. And still hanging on. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sabato. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. And that is 8.5 innings come and go. And Wichita still leads this game 8-3. We're back here for more as we have right fielder Jacob Campbell to get us going in the bottom half of the 8th for San Antonio. Be right back after our commercial messages. Bottom half of the eighth inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, as we get things going. That one is outside, 1 ball, no strike. Chase Cheney doing the pitching for Wichita here, and he is in relief in the relief pitcher program. 8-3 Wichita here in the bottom of the eighth inning. And that one is blistered. That one is deep. That one is high. Bounces the base, and here he comes. And he is out trying to stretch it to a double.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Boy, that'll bring in Cole Roederer. One away after the tagout at second. Boy, that's inside for a strike. Gets the count now, 0-1. That's 1 for 3. A single by Cheney. By Roederer. I do apologize. I'm getting y'all confused. That's a slow roller. Right to short, to first they pass it, and they get him. So
Now
2 up, 2 down.
Baseman, Yendry Rojas.
Yendry Rojas, the third baseman, coming in. He's the last man up for the eighth inning. I'll tell you one thing, this game is going pretty good for Wichita. And, boy, they had 6 runs in the top half of the sixth inning. They come in from behind and they whack in the runs. That's a slow roller, and they'll give them right to first, and that will do it. Downtown San Antonio looking pretty this good night and stuff. Tower of America is looking beautiful. We head to the ninth inning. Wichita 8-3. Tanner Schobel will lead it off in the final inning of this ball game, and so far, we will be right back after commercial messages. This one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Well, gotta say, John, we want to get our fans interested in horseback riding. And so far, during this Memorial Day weekend, we want everybody to come and have the best day of your life. Come out and ride our horses and have a good time, meet new friends, and yes, we want positivity on the ranch as well. That is right, Bob, and a lot of times I have seen a lot of negativity on that ranch, and so far, I gotta say, the negativity is not welcomed. We want that gone. We want that pretty much just disappeared already. And so far, we want everybody to be nice. We want everybody to treat each other with fairness and kindness and respect. And I will say, it is going to be what it is. But anyway, final inning of tonight's competition, as we will get set to go for the top of the ninth inning for Wichita. And so far, we are going to be right back after commercial messages. Wichita 8, San Antonio 3. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Or what inning are we? Top of the 9th. Tanner Schobel coming in as we get set to go. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. And I will say that the Mission's down to their final 3 outs on this evening. And that is an inside strike. The count now 0-1. Mac Lip, how you doing? The 0-1. That one is fouled. And the count now 0-2. We're going strong here in the broadcast tonight. Beautiful night football game, and now it's getting nice and cool after a long, hot day it was. Anyway, San Antonio trying to get a few runs of getting tight ball game and stuff, and that's a swing and a miss right there, and that will be out number 1.
The right fielder, number 32.
Walker Jenkins, the right fielder, coming in. 0 for 3, a walk RBI. So pretty good on that. 8-3 Wichita here in the top of the 9th. That one lofted high in the air, out of play, foul. 0-1. No ball, 1 strike, the pitch. That one is up to center. Mears has it, and that's 2 down.
The batter, number 1. Designated hitter.
Designated hitter is Dalton Schofield. I'm trying to get his last name. Schofield. Coming in, ready to go. The pitch, that's going to be high right there. And that is out of play. That'll land foul. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that one is blistered. That one deep to left. Out of here as it goes. And Dalton Schofield has a solo shot to left. And that will be a 9-3 lead for Wichita. As pretty much that will make San Antonio have 6 runs to catch up. Boy, 389 foot with a 99.4 mile per hour exit velocity. Danny DeAndre coming in 0 for 3 of the night, takes a ball outside, and it's 1-0. You know, through the broadcast, I apologize for us having a little bit longer break times, but evidently, all-knowingly, we just have to go and check things, make sure stadium production is going pretty good. Fans are happy. And so far, everything's good. That one hit the first baseman Castañon, and that will pretty much do for this half inning. Dalton Schofield has a RBI solo shot, and Wichita is in the lead by 6 runs ahead of San Antonio. They lead 9-3. We're back here as Nerwillian Cedeno will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning for San Antonio when we come back. That foul set for the bottom half of the ninth inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Wichita leading 8-3 in this ball game on this Wednesday night. And so far, John Baker with you and my friend here in the booth, Bob. And yeah, so far we are having a pretty good night here at Wolf Stadium as we get set for the bottom of inning 9. Wichita doing pretty good tonight. They're still trying to hold up a pretty good sizable lead. They lead 6 runs in this game. And so far, San Antonio down to their last 3 outs of the evening before this game concludes. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, we'll get it right to you in this one. And so far, pretty good night thus far for Wichita and the Missions. And so far, we lead you down back to the playground as we bring you the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, here is the shortstop, or should I say second baseman, Norwillian Cedeno. He hits that one right to right, and that is out number 1. So first pitch, 1 away.
Number 94.
Here's the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries. Boy, this ball game is near its end. 2 outs remain. Boy, and San Antonio down to their last 2. As that will pretty much show that San Antonio is probably outmatched in this one, and that's 2 up, 2 down, and that will be it. So that'll be a left fielder, Albert Fabian. And yeah, I do hear something going on. Sounds like arguing. Or I guess the guy is singing a song or something. But anyway, 2 down here in this half inning. Well, so far, San Antonio looks like they're outbeating this one. 2 down, and here is left fielder Albert Fabian. Last chance for San Antonio here this evening. And the pitch. That one is lofted deep to right. Carrying, and Wichita wins it. So that will be loss number 21 for San Antonio. So Wichita still keeping ahead of Arkansas just by a game and a half, winning against San Antonio this evening by final 9-3. Wow, what a night. Pretty good one. It's Corpus Christi winning against Amarillo 6-5. They'll pick up win number 15. Amarillo now 18-22. That was a pretty good game there in Corpus Christi. So far we got to look at other Texas League scores as we bring you the rest of this broadcast on this Wednesday night. Boy, it is 10:23 p.m. as we conclude the ball game. So Alan Serta, 1 for 4, a home run, 2 RBIs, gets the player of the game. And the win goes to Ryan Jensen for Wichita. San Antonio starting pitcher Isaiah Lowe is credited with a loss. And so far, that is pretty much it for tonight for this ball game. I've got to see some more. Boy, and I tell you one thing, Arkansas beats the Northwest Arkansas Naturals by the final 7-5. So they are still tied up with Wichita. Northwest Arkansas now 2021. Wichita and Arkansas tied at 23-18. So pretty good on that broadcast right there this evening. All right, Springfield winning it 13-3. So they will push themselves out front to third. Third place, putting the Cardinals to that third place position. And there we go. Tulsa now, let's see, 21-20 for Springfield. 18 and 23 for the Drillers. So yeah, pretty good night there in Tulsa. But badly enough that Springfield takes that ball game 13-3. All right, we got to see what's going on in Frisco, and I do believe the Frisco Rough Riders get a victory over Midland. So the Rockhounds are getting trailed. So 24-17, 23-17 for the Rough Riders. And so far, everybody played baseball tonight. That is good. Well, we've had a fun time on this Wednesday night. Don't forget that tomorrow evening, I do apologize about that. It's game 3 of our 6-game set against Wichita. And Flying Chanclas are returning as we get set for the third of the 6-game set. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this broadcast, and you've made your way to the after show. And so far, we are glad that you come along in this one. So anyway, for the Wichita Wind Surge, 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They leave at least 5 men on base. For San Antonio, it's 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They leave 7 men on base. Well, time of our ball game, at least 3 hours exactly as we conclude this one here tonight. And so far, it was a pretty good evening. Well, anyway, we want to thank all of our viewers and all of our sponsors for coming in. This proud broadcast of Texas League Baseball on this Wednesday night. So hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. We are getting ready to have the biggest weekend humanly possible. All-knowingly, I do believe that Friday afternoon could be a make-or-break type day. So anyway, let's hope to see what happens on that day. Whether Kent Bullis will send me home, and that'd be really good. But anyway, our final score, Wichita 9, San Antonio 3 as we wrap up this one. And so far, pretty good on that. For all of us here in AA Texas League Baseball, This is John Baker, and along with my partner, Bob. And Bob, how'd you enjoy the game tonight? Oh, I gotta say, John, it was the best game ever in this history of baseball, but evidently San Antonio losing this one tonight. And now 4 games left with Wichita, and so far it feels like this homestand is going to pass us by really quick. Yeah, I gotta say, Bob, you're probably right about that. But anyway, it will pretty much be a pretty good one. Just got to write down another day on there. Keeping track of all the scores and stuff on a piece of paper just to know that we write it down. And there we go. Make up 1 on that one. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Drive home safely. And we'll see you back at the ball game tomorrow night. 7:05 our first pitch. Gates open at 6.